guys, so today I'm gonna be giving you my review and grade system for the Firefly family trilogy from Rob Zombie. So let's not waste any time. Let's just get into it. Let's start off with the first film, House of a Thousand Corpses. And I will give you my thoughts and my grade on this movie. I love the fact that this movie is very, very, very much influenced by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from when they pick up the hitchhiker, which is Baby. I mean, this is a great cast in this movie. This is a very, very good movie. The only gripe I have with this movie is the ending. Like, not the actual ending, like where Captain Spaulding picks up the survivor, the final girl. But like right before that, all the Dr. Satan shit. It just didn't fit with the rest of the movie, I thought, very well. So, not a big fan of that. Not a big fan. But other than that, the tense moments of the movie, especially like when they think they're going, they fix their car and stuff, and then, Tiny and Otis come out and beat the shit out of them and out of the car and get them back. I mean, it's very, very, very well written movie, well acted. Even Rob Zombie's wife, she gets a lot of flack, but she's perfected the role of Baby and Psychopath over the years, I think. And Captain Spaulding was great, and I love the very last part of the ending was very ambiguous. Like, I would have never known that Captain Spaulding was with them until the next movie. I mean, I would have thought that he was really rescuing her the whole time. Otis was just hiding in the back seat. I mean, he left that up to, your judgment then, but then obviously with the Devil's Rejects, we know that Captain Spaulding is with him. So, with that said, I'm going to give this movie an A-. Yes, an A-. Like I said, that little ending towards the, right before the real ending, the Dr. Satan bullshit. I mean, even Rob Zombie himself, he took that out of the next movie. Like, all mentions, and Dr. Satan and shit's never been mentioned again, So, with that, that hurts it a little bit for me, but, great acting in this. I mean, there's a lot of good people who became stars later, like Chris Hardwick and Rainn Wilson. I mean, this is early on in their career, so yeah, there you go, an A- for for the House of a Thousand Corpses. All right, bear with me, and we'll be right back with the Devil's Rejects. All right, folks, let's get into my thoughts and grade on the Devil's Rejects. To me, I was just captivated by this movie from the very beginning with the raid on the house. Some of the family members getting shot up and the rest of them escaping, and then Mother Firefly getting caught. I thought William Forsythe was just great in his role as the sheriff or the sheriff's deputy. I don't exactly remember what he was. I just watched this movie. To me, this is almost a perfect movie, almost. I mean, it's hard to find these movies like that. I mean, but to me, it's almost, it's hard. It would take me several minutes, maybe an hour, just to find one flaw, to think of a flaw of this movie, in my opinion. And I know some people might not feel that way, and we got opinions. I mean, but I thought, even the supporting actors, Jeffrey Lewis and Lou Temple as Banjo and Sullivan and their whole little crew. Brian Posehn, Posehn, I don't know how you say his name. He's on the movie for a little bit, and he gets his brains blown out. I mean, just the cameos in this movie, and everybody done their parts right. You got the guy from the original Dawn of the Dead playing, his name's escaping me. I know that's not very professional on my part. But, he plays Captain Spaulding's brother. And I love this. This introduces, there's other family members. So, which makes the next movie like one of the main points of that, like it validates that because they're bringing in new family members in this movie. So, and the biggest thing about this movie is how zombie mind fucks us all, and it really does here because we hate this family from the movie before, we really do, and we hate them at the beginning of this movie. Like we fucking hate them. They are disgusting human beings. They really are. But then you see William Forsythe's character, like how, I mean, he's just as evil as they are, in a way. I mean, just as evil as they are. So you kind of like, you never totally sympathize with them, but you're kind of, your mindset, you kind of like respect, you know, like, man, that's fucked up what he's doing to him anyway, you know? So, yeah, I really enjoy this movie. The ending was fucking one of the best endings in fucking cinematic history, in my opinion. And I love the way they start. If I'm correct, the first song they play in the movie is Allman Brothers' Midnight Rider, and then the last song they played during the scene of the movie there was Freebird, and I thought that was just fucking awesome fucking ending. Just them going out like to fucking shoot out the OK Corral, you know what I mean? It was fucking awesome. And, you know, I would have not been disappointed if he would have stopped here. He would have never made Three from Hell. I would have never been disappointed. Because like I said, this is almost a perfect fucking movie. And that's why I'm going to give this one an A+. I would hardly ever give any movies A+. I mean, this might be 25. I mean, they maybe more than that. I don't know. But this is an A+. This is a great movie. Great fucking movie. So, let's not waste any more time and let's head on to the next movie, Three from Hell. Alright, let's waste no more time and get into this final movie of the trilogy. Today we're going to talk about Three from Hell. And first off, there is a couple things that hurt this movie in my opinion. The first off is that it closely follows the plot of the previous movie, The Devil's Rejects. The timeline, everything, like, there's like, you know, this thing where somebody screws them over, and at the end of the movie, you know, they got to escape. And I mean, I think the very ending of the movie, where it's just showing the roads, the panoramic view of the roads, and it's using the same music as the previous movie, I think, the instrumental. So that hurts it. But what really hurts this movie, in my opinion, is the fact that Captain Spaulding of the three is the one who gets executed. I mean, come on, man. Like, I understand he had health problems during the shooting. He was old and he died. But, you know, and it makes, from a life standpoint, it makes sense, I guess, to have him be the one to get executed. But, really, dude? I mean, his character is, like, quite mild, meek. Didn't really kill that many people. I mean, and if he did, it's in self-defense or in honor of his daughter, baby, who he loved. It should have been Otis. I know Otis is a great character, and he makes these movies, really. But, I mean, from a story standpoint, if you had to execute one of them, it would have been him. And if you didn't, you know, want to get rid of him, and you had to get rid of the Captain Spaulding character, just not have him die of natural causes or something, or somebody kill him in prison. It just makes no sense to me that he's the one who got executed, unless they just consider him the mastermind of the family, I guess. Also, all right, so now we got that out. Let's talk about some positives. I mean, like, they introduced Richard Brake as a new character, a new family member, long lost brother, and he did an excellent job. Like, this is one of my favorite roles by him. He's been in a couple of Rob Zombie movies now, But, you know, this is probably his best role in these Rob Zombie universe here. So I really enjoyed him. Some of the, you know, Rob Zombie's wife, Sherry Moon, she did a great job as the baby in this movie, like being really fucking like off the fucking rails loony. Like we've been building to this over the last 3 movies, and she was like fucking ridiculously insane in this movie. Great part. And I like the little guy, the little person who looked like Hornswoggle, Hispanic Hornswoggle. He was a really good guy in this movie. So far, I haven't really gave you any spoilers, but, you know, if you haven't seen it, err with caution. I mean, I don't really think I'm going to spoil much for you in this review here of this movie. But overall, I'm going to give this movie, because of the couple major flaws that I discussed earlier, I'm going to give it a B+. A B+. I mean, it's the weakest of the 3 entries of the trilogy. It's not necessarily a bad thing because I like all movies. It's just the plot is just too similar to Devil's Rejects, and the whole Captain Spaulding ending makes no fucking sense whatsoever to me. So, and I hate to keep harping back to it, but those are the major things that hold this movie back. But looking over the whole series now, I really enjoyed, you know, Rob Zombie put one over on us. I mean, he made it go from, like, the first movie where we hated this family. Well, I mean, we really despised them. To kind of, like, you know, seeing, you know, man, got fucked up in that second movie. And in this one, you almost feel sympathy for them. I mean, they're just trying to move on with their lives. Most of the time, they're just killing out of self-defense in this movie. So, I don't really see many malice kills except for when they're at the warden's house. But other than that, I mean, you almost feel sympathy. So, like, it's a broad spectrum of this is a great story that's told. And if you haven't seen any of these movies, I highly recommend. I mean, like I said, the first movie is basically a Texas Chainsaw Massacre blueprint is all over that. It's like a family slasher, psychological thriller type movie. And the other 2 are more along the lines of action horror, a little more on the action, a little less on the horror. But all 3 are great movies, like I said. So overall, I'd give the series an A. I highly recommend it. I know I give Rob Zombie hell for his Halloween because, you know, it's a whole different cake over there, you know. Those movies weren't gory at all. And, you know, and when you remake that and you add that goriness, and it just didn't seem right in that world. But I do enjoy his other movies. I mean, because I can watch a gory movie, you know. I enjoy them to a point. So I really do enjoy the Rob Zombie movies, and these are my favorite ones, the Firefly family. So like I said, I give it an A. I highly recommend it. If you haven't seen the new one and you really want to see it, I mean, it's on Shudder right now, and you can get a 7-day free trial of Shudder. Cancel it afterwards. I mean, it's worth it to watch the movie. Like I said, it's a B+ in my opinion. So that's going to be all about this, fellas and ladies. If you liked it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe down there. We will be making more videos. I'm gonna try to make a video a week. Check out our Facebook page, The Elderly Nerd Crew. Our Twitter page at Elderly Nerd Crew for updates and all that. And when we're gonna filming schedules and what we're gonna release. And until next, guys, people, keep it peaceful. Stay healthy. Stay healthy out there with this coronavirus stuff going on. And until next time.